Hi, this is Noko O. This yoga flow is made up of probably 5 postures at the most that we repeat over and over with the goal of building up strength and stamina, especially in the abdominals and the shoulders. Those two areas are very important for yoga. And be patient with yourself as you go through the sequence, because initially you may feel tired. If this happens, get into your child pose for probably 5 breaths until you're comfortable to start over. And that's the type of routine that you want to come back to every week for several months until you feel comfortable, you feel strong enough to complete it from beginning to end, non-stop.
In addition to your mat, you may have 2 extra blocks and an extra mat. If you don't have an extra mat, you can always use a very big pillow as a modification. Starting in child pose, big toes are touching, knees are wide open, chest down. Hands can be pointing front or towards the back of your mat. Forehead down on the mat. If this is not comfortable, or if you notice that your head is hanging off the mat, you can use a block to rest your head. If your hips are not coming all the way down to your heels, you can try to place another mat behind your knees or an extra pillow. Eyes closed, slowing down the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Deep breath in. A deep breath out. Lifting the elbows, fingers spread out wide, inhaling up on all fours. Bringing the knees just underneath the hips. Hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to start by stretching the spine sideways, bringing the right ear towards the right hip, and pushing the ribs towards the left. Same thing on the other side. Left ear towards the left hip, pushing the ribs towards the right. Back to center. Placing the forearms on the mat. Started in modified plank. Make sure you keep the belly lifted. Option to get into a full plank by extending the knees. Remember to keep your shoulders away from your elbows, pressing the shoulders down, pressing the heels back towards the back of the room. Long neck. Extending the elbows. Modify down facing dog. Lifting the heels, bending the knees, pressing the chest down. Option to extend the knees or to press the heels down to the mat. Tailbone lifted towards the ceiling, chest pressing down. Inhaling plank. Into a modified plank. Staff pose, all the way down. Inhaling baby cobra. Exhaling shoulders down. Inhaling lift. Exhaling down. Let's try to keep the belly, kneecaps lifted as we press the top of the feet and tailbone towards the floor. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, lifting the thighs off the floor, tucking the toes under. Exhaling, pushing off the floor, down facing dog or modified down facing dog. Inhaling plank, into modified plank, staff pose. All the way down, inhaling cobra. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Kneecaps still lifted, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Hold it up. bit higher. Stack the toes under. Exhaling, down facing dog. Keep pressing the chest back. Sweeping the left leg up, pressing the right heel down, chest back. Inhaling, plank. Exhaling, three-legged dog. Inhaling, plank. Exhaling, back. And knee pulling in and all the way through. Runner's lunge. Making sure your left heel is pressing down the floor. Knee stacked over the ankle. Option to use your blocks. Option to place the right knee on the mat. Tailbone is pressing forward. Breathe. Down facing dog. Inhaling plank. Or modified plank staff pose all the way down. Inhaling, going a little bit higher with your cobra. Exhaling, down facing dog. Sweeping the right leg up, pressing the left heel down. Inhaling, plank. Exhaling, down facing dog. Inhaling, plank. Exhaling, down facing dog. Inhaling, plank. Exhaling, down facing dog. Pulling the right knee forward, runner's lunge. Pressing the tailbone down, opening the heart. I like to lift my hands off the floor to release the pressure, using the strength of my legs to hold the position. Plank. Staff pose, hold, and all the way down. Inhaling, cobra a little bit higher this time. Kneecaps still lifted. Exhaling, down. Into a down facing dog. Just keep the breath deep and slow. Placing the right hand on the back. The back of your hand is against the back. Or option to keep both hands on the floor. Switching side. Back of your left hand against your back. Keep pressing the chest back. And down facing dog. Inhaling, plank. Staff pose, hold. Pushing back up, down facing dog. Breathe. Sweeping the left leg out, chest back. Inhaling, plank. Knee in between the elbows without touching the mat. Keep pulling forward, tailbone forward. Contracting the abdominals. And down facing dog. Right heel down to the floor, chest back. And again, plank. This time left knee on the outside of the left elbow. Foot off the floor. Keep pulling forward and down facing dog. And across the chest. Left knee to right elbow. Keep the foot off the floor, knee off the floor. Down facing dog. And knee all the way in and through. Runner's lunge. Hold and breathe. Forward fold. Into a modified forward fold, knees soft. Bringing the forehead towards the shins. Pulling the chest a bit deeper into the thighs. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, chest lifted. Exhaling, modified chair or full chair. Breathe. Thighs parallel with the floor. Exhaling, twist to the right. Inhaling, chair. Exhaling, twist to the left. Inhaling, up. Opening the heart. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, chest lifted. And exhaling into a plank. Staff pose, hold. Pushing back up. Exhaling down, facing dog. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Sweeping the right leg up. Exhaling, knee in between the elbows. Try to bring your knee past your elbows if you can. Keeping your foot off the mat, tailbone forward, contracting the abdominal muscles. In order to bring your leg forward, you have to use your abdominal muscles. And right knee outside of the right elbow. And three-legged dog. And right knee across the chest towards the left elbow. Down facing dog. Inhaling plank. Staff pose, hold all the way down. Inhaling, going a bit higher with your cobra, extending the elbows a bit more. Opening the heart, chin lifted. Exhaling down into a child pose, rest. Remember that child pose is always an option you can use whenever you need a break from your practice. It's also a time where you can reconnect with your breath. Breathing in slowly through your nose and out slowly through your nose. Breathing in, hips up. Breathing out, down facing dog. Sweeping the right leg up. Pulling the knee forward, contracting the abdominals, runner's lunge. Make sure your right heel is flat on the floor. Your right knee stacked over the ankle. Modified forward fold. Inhaling, chest up. Exhaling, forehead to shin. Inhaling up. Exhaling, chair or modified chair. Inhaling up. Opening the heart. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling up. Exhaling, chair or modified chair. Into a forward fold. Pressing the chest towards the thighs. Inhaling, chest out. Exhaling, plank. Into the elbow plank or modified elbow plank. Option to keep both feet on the mat or to tap your right toes outside the mat. And left out and in and out and in. Again. One more. And all the way down. Inhaling, cobra. Shoulders are pressing down, chest moving forward. Exhaling, down facing dog. Breathe. Inhaling, sweeping the left leg out. Exhaling, plank. Pulling your knee forward in between the elbows and outside the left elbow and across, extending the knee, resting on the outside edge of your foot. Keep the shoulders facing the small end of your mat. Lifting the knee and the foot, hold, and down facing dog on one leg. Bending the knee, stacking the left hip over right, you twist your hips. And pulling the knee all the way through, and runner's lunge. Lifting the hands off the floor if you want to use the strength of your thighs. Inhaling, arms up. Hold it, thigh parallel with the floor, opening the heart a little bit. Exhaling, forward fold. Bending the knees. Relaxing the neck. Inhaling, heart out. Exhaling, forward fold into a plank. Staff pose, hold. Inhale, up facing dog, only feet and hands are touching the floor. Exhaling, down facing dog. Let's work on the right side, sweeping the right leg out. Pulling the right knee in between the elbows without touching the mat if possible. Outside the right elbow, outside the left elbow, extending the leg all the way through, keeping your shoulders facing the small end of your mat. Lift and hold, and down facing dog, stacking your right hip over left this time. Looking under your left shoulder, see if you can find your foot. Rounding the back, pulling the knee in all the way through. Runner's lunge. Thigh parallel with the floor, inhaling high lunge. The lower you go with your hips, the more you work on your thigh muscles. Opening the heart. Exhaling, plank. Staff pose, hold, hold, hold. Inhaling, up facing dog, feet, hands touching the floor, everything else off. Exhaling, down facing dog. Breathe. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Let's curl the left knees, twisting the hips, stacking left hip over right, and looking under your right armpit, see if you can see your foot. Pulling the leg across, same thing, we'll go a bit deeper this time. Option to open the heart to the sky. So chest is facing the ceiling. Right hand down, plank. Walking the hands back. Sliding the hands under your feet. Palm of your hands against the bottom of your feet. Bending the elbows to bring the chest into your thighs. Forehead towards the shins. Going deep with your forward fold. Inhaling, releasing the hands. And walking forward into a plank. Staff pose, hold. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, down facing dog. Other side, sweeping the right leg out. Curling the knee, opening the right hip over left. Looking under your left armpit. Finding your foot under. And pulling the leg all the way across. Option to open the heart up to the sky. Plank into down facing dog, walking the hands back. Just relaxing forward. Left hand on the outside of the right leg, it can be down to your ankle or your knee. And right arm up, we twist. Use your bottom hand to pull your chest across. Slowly switching side, right hand on the outside of the left leg. And twist. Forward fold, let's walk the hands forward into a down facing dog. And child pose. Any option of your child pose. Reconnecting with the breath. Eyes closed, more soft. Everything is relaxed. Slowing down the breath. Breathing in and out. Extending the arms, lifting the elbows, inhaling up on all fours. Right foot to the hands. Pressing the tailbone forward. Runner's lunge. You can hold this position, or you can bring your shoulders up, arms up. Thigh parallel with the floor if you can. Inhaling, exhaling, twist to your right. And try to bring your shoulders slightly back, right there. Hold and breathe. Left hand close to the right foot. Open your heart to the ceiling. Chin lifted. Keep your left heel up. Runner's lunge. Option to use a block to place your hands. Extending the right leg. Left leg is parallel with the floor. Just holding it there. If you want to go deeper, you could even lift your left foot up towards the ceiling. Runner's lunge. Into a down facing dog. Elbow plank. And tap out and in, switching leg. Out, in, right leg out and in, and left, and right, left, and extending the elbows, down facing dog. Pressing the chest back a little bit deeper, heels towards the floor, and runner's lunge on the left side. Option to lift the arms and twist to the left, slightly leaning back. Right heel is still lifted. Right hand close to the left foot, twisting the heart towards the ceiling. Runner's lunge. Exhaling, down facing dog. Walking the hands back. Chair or modified chair into forward fold. Inhaling, chest lifted. Exhaling, chair or modified chair. Inhaling up. Interlacing the fingers, opening the heart. Exhaling, hands to heart center. And exhaling, chair. Inhaling up, opening the heart. Exhaling, forward fold. Walking the hands forward. Plank. Staff pose, hold, hold, and pushing back up this time. Walking the feet forward. Other side, extending the right leg out. Keep your belly lifted to your spine to support your back. You can always bend your left knee as much as needed. Runner's lunge. Into a plank. Staff pose, hold, 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 hold. Pushing back up without going to the mat. Down facing dog. Lifting the tailbone up. Heels down, so we're stretching in two opposite directions. So shoulders are moving away from the hands, away from the floor. Chest is pressing back. Breath is slowing down. Inhaling plank, staff pose all the way down. Inhaling cobra. And exhaling into our last child pose. feel free to stay into your child pose as long as needed. Or you may want to get into your corpse pose, lay on your back. Letting go of controlling the breath. Namaste.